but I do have a non-technical question that I ask everybody, and Dan and Toby both can maybe give your opinion on this scenario. It's a career development question. So if you, knowing what you know now, and it's the joke answer is usually buy Apple. The joke answer is usually buy Apple stock. But if you could go back in time and give yourself some career advice, maybe as a young 20-year-old, what kind of career advice would you have given yourself?
Dan, the more you talked, the more your answer was getting similar to mine. But I think my biggest piece of advice generally, like Dan said, it's all over the place. Your career is unpredictable. And one of my um, natural leanings is to be very like certain about something. Like I'm very like Dan said, like I grew up doing physics, chemistry, bio, like they had definite answers, and then we do research and we come up with precise answers. But I think the biggest level of growth comes when there's nobody knows the answer. So solving or working on problems where you don't know the answer and your boss doesn't know the answer and somebody has to figure it out. I think initially when I started my career as an intern, it's more like, oh, just tell me what to do and I would execute to the highest level possible. But as time went on, I found out like start getting to more interesting problems where we all don't know the answer and we are figuring it out. We're of course being intentional about like trying to solve the problem, but kind of just being courageous to step into, like, no matter the company, to step into the unanswered questions where there's no guideline of like, okay, this is how you do this, because nobody else knows how to do it. And we are all figuring out, and if we figure it out, it's going to be a great experience. And so just embracing, I think, problem solving, embracing uncertainty. Of course, it should match with you should have some level of passion and interest in that thing, because if you're not interested in it, then it will be a very boring and like frustrating process. But if you're, like Dan said, if you're excited about something or at least have remote interest in it, even though the answers do not exist yet, you will have enough internal motivation to keep going to figure it out. And I think just embracing, just even not just work, outside of life, when you step out of that comfort zone of where you don't know and there's nobody to tell you because they also don't know, I think it's a great place to be. But when you're in there in the moment, it's not fun because everybody's mad at everybody because they're like, this is not working. How is it gonna work? But that's one of the joys of working at a startup. Nobody knows.